The stock market will absolutely not crash anymore. There's no chance under the current circumstances that we will see another crash, part 2 or whatsoever. Because I will take you on a time travel to 2008 and 2000 levels where we had big crashes and show you how the current concept is powerful than ever. What currently is happening on the stock market and in the economy is the following. We are producing this paper out of thin air, okay? And before we starting, I would like to tell you to smash and destroy the like button for all the work that goes into these videos, but also think about for every like, you will get not $1, you will get a thank you. I will personally thank every one of you who will smash the like button and let me know in the comments so I can thank you personally. I will be the other one on the other line at the keyboard, right? Thank you to your comment. So make sure to do it. Now let's talk about money. Well, money is something that we trust, that is, this paper is worth $1, okay? And the United States of America actually guarantee that this is worth $1, okay? And you know what is currently happening is that we are one of the most severe crises out there. It's affecting businesses, small businesses. It's global. It is all industry almost, and it's something that we have not a solution for. So we are trying to solve a problem that is so unknown and so severe, and we cannot contain it as of now. And the only thing that is currently helping is putting us in our properties and trying to hold us social distancing against each other, plus pumping a lot of liquidity into the market. And it works, right? After the most fastest crash, we had a huge run, and this is, I believe, a good thing, guys. Think about if this wouldn't happen. Imagine what would happen. The market would crash, people would lose their job, we would go into a severe crisis, guys, worldwide. But you know, thanks to the fact we might steer into something that is so unique and was never done before. Maybe the only time in history we will see that the Federal Reserve will secure the economy, the stock market, and secure us from a huge recession or even depression, guys. This was never done before. And what this actually means and how powerful it would be if we would have the same strategy in 2008 as well as the 2000 at the dot-com bubble, I will show you right now. Now, welcome to 2008. Now, I took you on a time travel of 12 years because at around September of 2007, actually, we started to see some scrambling into our economy.
The Dow tumbled more than 500 points after two pillars of the street tumbled over the weekend. Lehman Brothers, a 158-year-old firm, filed for bankruptcy.
Stocks all around the world are tanking because of the crisis on Wall Street. Lehman Brothers has filed for bankruptcy, and Bank of America is taking over Merrill Lynch in a $50 billion deal.
It seems that the bad banks actually sold some really not worthy products to other banks and other economies.
Investment banks such as Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers found themselves saddled with large amounts of assets they could not sell.
All of these economies and all of these banks had these bad papers that were not even that much worth what the ink was put on these papers, guys.
The American people can remain confident in the soundness and the resilience of our financial system.
It was a very bad thing. So actually these papers were so bad for so many banks that banks had to write off billions and billions of dollars, and the house bubble bursted.
Financial assets related to home mortgages have lost value during the housing decline.
Because people I suddenly realized that actually the housing market cannot go higher and higher and higher by really, people having 4 or 5 houses, people getting credits and loans and mortgages, not even showing one single paper how much they earn. So, obviously this is going nowhere. So, however, we learned from it, but imagine the following. Imagine the Fed would go in and would say, well, we not only give money to the banks, we will give money to the people who might lose their job, and we will also purchase the houses that are maybe fail on mortgages payments. Imagine. This would be the end of the crisis, right? It would be just continue and continue. And I hope you understand where I'm going with this. You see that this, what is currently happening, obviously is not right, but it's will give us a chance not to go for a very year or a decade long depression or recession. I rather have governments pumping so much money into the system to have everything afloat than having millions and millions and millions of people homeless, jobless, and what else are connected with very, very bad economical timings. I want to take you even a level more in the past, okay? Level 2000s. 2000 was a great century. It is the beginning of the 21st century. Moreover, it's the millennium year, so everyone thought, this will be our new area to live in, right? Some people thought the world will die and we will all die, but it didn't happen. So actually, we are now having the peak of the .com area, right? The internet.
By 1994, the young web was growing explosively, bringing the power of the online world to millions.
Look, here we are in this nice cafe, drink in hand, friendly people, and we're surfing the net. This is the Icon Bite Bar and Grill in San Francisco, where you get the best of both worlds, real people and virtual people. You can come in here and sit down, have a drink, socialize, and check out some cool websites, look at your email.
What a 9th or 8th world wonder. It's still now affecting our daily life so much, like maybe the industrialization or the electricity have done in our lives. Now, other than that, people were so amazed by this new technology that everything that had a .com in the end in the name of the company went absolutely nuts. I mean, the valuations were so ridiculous that people were paying in Silicon Valley with their shares of companies and the events to exchange shares of brand new .com companies. It was very similar to maybe the altcoin or the ICO area. Okay, so everything was great and everything reached totally great levels. Moreover, everything what was just connected with the internet was directly so much interesting. However, this bubble bursted.
Monday, March 13th, 2000. A large number of sell orders for technology stock worth several billion dollars were processed at the same time. The stock market plummeted, triggering frantic selling. Within 2 years, $5 trillion in market value of technology companies was erased. Companies that invested in internet infrastructure went bankrupt. Buildings sat empty. Tens of thousands of IT workers lost their jobs.
Now imagine the following. Imagine the Fed would be as strong infected in the market like it would be now. So let's say they would announce, ladies and gentlemen, we at the Fed decided for everyone who is holding those stocks, we will buy those stocks that are currently falling really hard and really fast. Well, this would be basically something like you can hold your shares because if it's going down, you know, the Fed is there. And you see very similarities to this market right now. But again, also now we don't have like a big Fed action, and therefore the stock market could go so much lower, and it was such a severe, even companies like Amazon, right? They really had very, very bad times in terms of stock valuations. Now, as you can see, this kind of things are happening, and the power of the Fed is unprecedented right now. But there's one thing that I want to give you in the conclusion of this video that might crash the market, because there is not 100% obviously opportunity that it will not crash, because there's one thing that money cannot buy, and this is health. And this is throughout life and also throughout the economy. If there is a second wave and it will affect millions and millions of people, and it will force, I'm telling you, force to shut down into lockdowns. Because Donald Trump said he don't want to make another lockdown if something breaks out, okay? But if he is forced to, then he is forced to. He cannot do anything, right? Then we definitely will see very much lows. And then it depends how severe the health crisis is, because this is making the loop now the beginning of the story. It's a health crisis. So we should be very, very cautious on the news of a second wave, and also the steps of the economy and the governments, what they can do about it.